Okay, we lit it just like a fuse, so no need to pick and choose. Welcome to 2020, where we do more than interviews. The hottest be coming through, jumping knowledge on all of you. Get a peek at the front of you with the truth that they offer you. Yeah, hands up, we doing it for the culture. To give artists and businesses more exposure. Keeping it real and stay silent just like a boulder. It's about to go all the way down, can't get no lower. Chasing my dreams, know that they get no slower. But if I stay running, I promise they getting closer. Moreover, success my older. And if you're sleeping on me, I'm waking them up like Folgers. I told you, coming from the land with the tide roll, well, we'll be on a whole different vibe though. We like to ride slow and keep our windows tinted so you really can see us. Like Stevie Wonder waking up with his eyes closed. Yeah, got the kind of flow that rock the boat. On my 16s of pounds of dough. And if you figure you can hang with me on the mic, then grab some rope. Matter of fact, better grab some hope. While you at it, we keep it live. It's time to tune in. Turn up the sound on what you're using. It goes so hard, I think it's bruising. The show is 2020, no need to zoom in. Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of A Business Minute. I'm your boy, Sirr, of the 2020 Podcast LLC. Please say the LLC. And today I have another special guest, Miss Shanika Richardson, CEO of Self Love Organics. How you doing, girl?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I can't complain. I cannot complain. Now, Shanika, just like I tell everybody else, look, I know you could have been anywhere else, but you came here and decided to do this interview with me. So I want to tell you firsthand, I appreciate you taking time out of your day to do this.
Oh, and I appreciate you for the opportunity.
Hey, well, let's jump on to it. So, Shanika, if you don't mind, if anybody wanted to know what Self Love Organics was, could you tell everybody what it is?
I wanted to create a holistic product because I am a firm believer that any disease, any ailment going on with your body, whether it be physical or mental, there is a cure for it, a natural cure for it. So it started with me doing some research last year sometime. My daughter was having a surgery come up. She was born with cleft lip and palate, so she had to have a bone graft done, and she wasn't going to be able to eat solid food for 6 weeks. And so I was like, wow, what am I going to give her to supplement that so that she can get the vitamins and the nutrients that she needs? And I came across sea moss. And I don't know if you have done any research on it yourself, but it's full of benefits, full of nutrients. So I was like, I'm going to give this a try. And it worked very well for her. I put it in her smoothies. I would mix it up in applesauce. I was like, well, if it helped her, why not help others?
Okay. All right. And how long have you been active with this business?
I started selling it in April of this year.
All right. I love new businesses, especially new Black businesses.
Brand
new. Hey, keep going. And see, the hardest thing to do is start. But once you get going, believe it or not, it's so many people that you inspire just by starting it. So to come this far, let me offer you your flowers now and say congratulations. Because
thank you.
Keep going, girl. Keep going. All right. So, besides the story of your daughter, I believe one of the most beautiful things is to start a business. So I don't think it would be fair to sell someone on how great it is to start it and what inspired you and not tell them, what it took to get here. So were there any obstacles along the way that you encountered along starting this business?
Well, number one was COVID. The shipping, because I started off wanting to ship to customers out of state, but due to COVID, shipping takes a little longer now. So that was an issue. There was also a point in time where my product, my sea moss, got caught in customs. And it was caught in customs for like almost 2 months because it actually comes from Jamaica. It comes from the ocean. And so I've had those issues. I've had packaging issues because I use glass mason jars, and there's like a nationwide shortage of those. So I've had a few obstacles, but I didn't let it, deter me.
All right. Well, that's important because the one thing I found out is it's always wonderful to get it going, but it's especially trying to hit those hiccups because they'll really test how bad you want this business to succeed. So kudos to you to keep going. So let me ask you this, because you mentioned earlier that you are a mom. So now you're an entrepreneuress and a mom. So how do you manage to find that balance between work and your personal life?
I actually balance it pretty well. Our kids are a little older. They're in high school and middle school. And, for the most part, especially with this virtual learning, they don't really need our help. Like,
Okay.
they're on it. And it's making sea moss gel is something that I love to do. So you make time for what you want.
Mm.
And it makes me happy.
That's real. That's real. That's important. That's important. And just like with this, it can become like a sense of catharsis when you get to work on something that you're really passionate about.
Mm-hmm.
Because I find myself losing track of time doing this a lot. And
Yeah.
so it's always beautiful to see someone else passionate about what they're doing and enjoying it. All right.
Yeah, it's definitely my happy place.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Okay. My next question. So far over, doing this since April, has there been a particular memory or a customer that have kind of like solidified why you're doing this, like a memorable customer or moment so far?
Yes, there was one customer in particular a couple weeks ago. She messaged me and she's like, praise report. So I instantly got excited when I saw that. But she suffers from thyroid disease. And before taking my CMOS, her thyroid was swollen. She was extremely fatigued, losing weight, losing hair. Um, those type of issues. But after consistently taking my CMOS gel, she told me that, she was back to 100% normal. And that brought me so much joy because I really take my time and I put love into my product. And as I'm making my product, I'm manifesting over my product that it heals whoever buys.
I love that. I love that. Being able to be a service to the people, and then
Hmm.
because silence can be a good and a bad thing, because I
Hmm.
overthink everything. So
Yeah.
when someone doesn't respond or doesn't say anything, I'm like, did they like it? No, yeah, no,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
to get that, that's awesome. That's awesome. I'm happy for you, girl. All right.
Thank you.
So let's turn it a little bit.
Hmm.
Getting up to this point, you mentioned with things going through customs, slowdowns and shortages. At any point, did you feel that you wouldn't be successful in this business? And if so, who or what changed your mind?
Yeah, absolutely. Me being an overthinker like you, I kind of tend to, sabotage myself a lot with the negative thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
But my husband has been a great help. Like, he'll tell me real quick, like, girl, get it together. You don't have time for that.
That's
Yeah,
what's
so
up.
he's been a huge help.
That's amazing. To find somebody and to partner with someone that can recognize those low points and
Hmm.
give you that's essentially speak life into you. Just like you were saying, you manifest healing. Having someone
Hmm.
right there to manifest energy and positive vibes for you
Yeah,
is important, because there's so many
yeah.
people nowadays that take and take and take. But when you
Hmm.
find somebody that can pour into you, that's a blessing there. So,
Yeah, it is. He's awesome. He'll
uh,
tell me, like, babe, I don't know what you're wearing, but everything you touch, it turns out amazing.
love it, man. Shout out to hubby. Shout out to you.
I know, right?
Man, I know. All right. So, Shanika, this question I'm about to ask you is my infamous question. And the reason I say
Hmm.
that is because it can tend to throw people off just a little bit. I call
Okay.
it the long-term question.
Hmm.
So when it comes to yourself and your business, where would you like to see yourself in 1 year, in 3 years, and then in 10 years?
Well, right now everybody is on this health kick because of COVID mainly.
Mm-hmm.
But and most of my customers are, somewhat a little older. But my goal is to reach all age groups. I want to reach the masses. I want to be nationwide with my shipping. I My goal, honestly, and I'm simple, is for that my kids to see me working hard for myself so that they don't feel like they have to go out and work for anybody else. I want them to create that generational wealth for their children and their children's children. Like, that's it. That's my goal. It's real simple.
That's beautiful. Mm. All right. Well, Shanika, this is my final question, because this has been an awesome interview. And I'm pretty sure anybody that watches this is going to feel that warm feeling I'm feeling in my chest that you can do it. You know what I'm saying? So my final question, I'll start with a statement. The hardest thing someone could do, and the scariest, is to share an idea that you're passionate about with the world, because you don't know what they're going to say or what they're going to think or how they're going to react, if they're going to be receptive or not. What words of encouragement would you have for a particular person who has an idea, but they're afraid to act on it?
Just do it. Don't overthink it. When you overthink it, that's when you doubt yourself. You create all those other issues and you sabotage yourself. You got to take that leap of faith, because you know what? You can jump out there and you can fail, but at least you jumped out there and you tried it. But if you never tried at all, then what can you say? You don't know how it would have turned out.
All right. I love it. I love it. So, Shanika, if anybody wanted to get in contact with you regarding Self-Love Organics, or just wanted to follow you, what could they find you? What's your social media for?
My personal page is Shanika Richardson. I do business off both. And my business page is on Facebook as well. It is Self-Love Organic. And you can just hit me up there.
That is. And I'm pretty sure I made like a nice little monogram show up above her head where you could click and follow it and all that jazz. And if you're listening to this in the radio world, in the podcast world, it is in the description. So go down there, click and see what she got. She got some good stuff. You know what I'm saying? She got the sea moss shakes and everything. I've been following. I just been waiting to get paid so I can hit you up. But yeah, definitely gonna buy, and it's Black business. Support your people, folks.
Right.
That's what we're about. You know what I'm saying? Hey. So that being said, Shanika, thank you so much again for sharing your life with us. Like, I'm so proud of you. So for those of you who don't know, and I go way back, like 4 flats on a proverbial Cadillac.
Yes, we do.
You know what I'm saying? So once I saw she started this business, I was like, yo, I got to take care of her. She got to do this interview. So thank you so much, girl. I appreciate you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
All right. And with that being said, this has been your boy, Sirr, 2020 Podcast, LLC, Self-Love Organics, Shanika Richardson, and we are out.